Hello, my dear students, and welcome to the new semester, a new semester at PCCUA, Phillips Community College of the University of Arkansas. This is General Chemistry. I'm the instructor, and this is a quick video welcome and where we'll make some introductions. I'll introduce myself to you, the course to you, the books and some of our procedures, make a few comments about the laboratory portion of the course, and get you started and directed toward the resources we have online for you for online chemistry. My name is Mark Shanley, Dr. Mark Shanley. I'll introduce myself with a little more detail here in a minute. And this new semester, we have all your resources online, including the book, including the lab. I'm coming to you from a chemistry laboratory, a college chemistry laboratory. And while we're on the subject of college chemistry and the like, when you go to the website, of course, you'll go to your MyRidgeNet, and then you'll go to, I'm not sure what the student side looks like. I go to Workday, and then click on BlackBoard, but you will find yourself in BlackBoard. Excuse me. And when you do that, let me get a cough drop. When you do that, your course, I guess, all of your courses, whether they're online or not, will show up there. And they should all have a syllabus and all the information you need. I'm just going to the computer and then we'll go back to the screen. Your Blackboard will look something like this. And our chemistry course, as you've seen, because you had to get into it just now, has some chemical formulas and some more second semester tables from the pKa, the ionization constant for acids and weak acids. But you'll click on the course, and when you go to the course, you will see our course content. For those of you, not those of you, all of you will be doing the laboratory portion, and it will be integrated into this course. But for some reason, a few people have asked for a separate laboratory course. So this is a 4-hour college course, Chemistry 14104, and this course is an ACTS course. If I go into course resources, so go ahead and show the screen up there, please. And you look at what information is there. There is a video welcome, and you will find your mileage may vary. There'll be some things here that I have that you don't see. I can go with a student view here, so it looks more like yours. But when you get into the course information, you will see your course syllabus and descriptions of it. You can download it. Also, we are setting up and using, if I can exit this student view, you don't see it, but you will see it when I open it up and make it visible. I'm still setting it up and getting it ready. The syllabus in the simple syllabus format. When you look at our syllabus, I don't know where it went. do it again. You will find all the information you need about me. So this should expand and perhaps even enlarge and give you all the information you need to contact me. Now this is a little out of focus and not really large enough and not very visible, but my point is, here you'll find my name, my phone number, my email, virtual office hours when I'm always available, but I'm basically always available. We'll talk about that here in a minute. And some additional information about the fact that this course is an ACTS course. And ACTS is the Arkansas Course Transfer System, or ACTS, and this ACTS course is Chemistry 1414 for science majors, and by law, it must transfer to every other public university in the state. It's a 4-hour course divided into 3 hours lecture, 1 hour lab. However, that 1 hour lab is 1 hour lab credit in a in-person bricks and mortar chemistry lab like we're in now, where you come and you do your experiments. That 1 hour credit costs you 2 or 3 or 4 hours, 1 to 4 hours of time in class at the lab bench. Historically, they were always separate, and it was to your disadvantage to have them that way. It's to your advantage to have them combined in a single 4-hour course, because everybody makes an A or B in the lab, but chemistry's hard, and that averaged in with your course grade raised your course grade. Plus, it's less bookkeeping, more work, and not so much this semester, but very often the topics are integrated and coordinated so that they complement one another, and you don't want to take one without the other. In the lecture portion, I'll be referring to the lab. In the lab, I'll say things like remember in lecture, etc. So, but I guess some people have programs they're applying to that are old-fashioned. I mean, it hasn't been this way for 20 years, but they want a separate laboratory course. And of course, this is an online course, which is, in my opinion, a less than satisfying way to learn chemistry and chemical techniques, but we'll look at and see and then write up and calculate and report on observations made in the laboratory. Some of them I'll come into the lab and do an experiment with you. We'll zoom in on the experiment, or we'll collect data and assemble it in a table, etc., etc. Or we may have some online labs where I send you to some companion websites outside of our course shell, where you'll do lab simulations and run lab simulations. It's the best you can do when you do an online lab. In the past, we had online labs that sent you a kit, but it still ended up basically being kitchen chemistry and doing laboratory experiments with very simple equipment and very simple chemicals, because it's hard to do the kind of experiments we want to do where we have gas, fume hoods, there's one behind the door over there, cup sinks, equipment. You can't put $100 measuring burettes and $5,000 analytical balances in people's kitchen and have them do the kind of experiments we can do in person. So if you can take an in-person lab, especially if you're a chemistry major, I do recommend it. I want to go on and talk about some of the information in the syllabus. I'm Mark Shanley, Dr. Mark Shanley. I'm a chemist. I've been teaching chemistry, not just since before you were born, but before your parents were born. I went to high school in Texas. I lived all over the world, so you'll see I write funny sometimes and I talk funny sometimes. I don't talk like a Southerner. But I went to high school in Texas, in San Antonio, Texas, and then I went to a community college like this called San Antonio College. We abbreviated it SAC. We went to SAC. I went there for 2.5, 3 years basically till I ran out of courses, taking courses every summer. And then I transferred to Texas A&M University, and when I was at SAC, I had a chemistry teacher, a couple of them. Dr. Lewis was an industrial organic chemist. I took organic chemistry at 7 a.m. every day in the summer from him. And the school was an hour away. And Mr. Gailey, who came from industry and taught chemistry, he was amazing, and it made me want to be a chemist. I transferred to A&M. I did not take the right physics. I took regular college physics, and the chemistry program at Texas A&M requires a calculus-based engineering physics. And when I looked in the catalog, I saw that I could be a biochemistry major because they accepted either the calculus-based or the regular math-based, algebra-based physics. And so I didn't have to take physics over, and I became a biochemistry major. I graduated in 1977 with a bachelor's degree from the Department of Biochemistry and Biophysics at Texas A&M. And I stayed on and did my PhD. I graduated in 1982. Actually, I finished in 1982, graduated in 1983 with my PhD, my doctorate in biochemistry, molecular biology and biophysics. Did not get a master's. I skipped the master's. But he's always asking me about my master's. That's very standard in chemistry. And after that, we do a professional internship called a postdoctoral fellowship. I was a Yale Celanese Biotechnology Program Fellow, one of only 3, and I worked under a member of the National Academy of Science named Nick Ornston, Dr. Nick Ornston. Excuse me, I didn't turn my sound off on my phone, and the Yale Celanese program was a chemistry program between Celanese Chemical Corporation. They no longer exist, but you may have heard of Celanese Fortrel Polyester. They were a giant chemical company, second only to, third, I guess, Dow and DuPont. They're now owned by A.G. Herbst, the world's largest chemical company. And then I left there, got an endowed chair at Southern Methodist University, where I taught for a few years until the football scandal. And after the football scandal, I moved up the road to University of North Texas, where I taught for 20 years. Things being what they are, I retired in 2000 and stayed home to take care of my kids. I have 10 kids. I didn't have 10 at the time. And I moved to Arkansas. It's a long story, but I came here and I started teaching in the K-12 system. I actually got certified and started teaching in the K-12 system in Texas because I needed a job that would align with my children's schedule so that when they're on Christmas break or spring break or summer break, I'm off too. So I became a K-12 teacher. But the whole time I've been in Arkansas, I've been teaching at the local universities, filling in, working as an adjunct as I am now, not regular full-time faculty. However, after a while, a position became available. I became full-time faculty at Seahart College in Pine Bluff, where I then went on to be the dean, but retired again, once again, to stay home and take care of my children and let younger people do the chemistry and the teaching and the administering. So if you look on there, you'll see my email is mshanley@pccua.edu, and my phone number for my cell phone, which just interrupted us, is 870-377-30, that's a 3, excuse me, 3499. And that's my cell. And I want to hear from you. You can call me directly on my cell if I'm driving, if I'm eating dinner, and I don't pick up, leave a message. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I love text. For one thing, if I'm in a meeting or busy, otherwise, I can do what y'all do, which is kind of keep it down here, under the table, under the desk, and answer and check. Because if you have questions about what's on the test, why your grade is such, when it's due, why you know, can you have more time to finish an assignment, or how do you do this calculation? I want to hear from you because I want to help you. I don't want you, you know, if you ask me, this is a common question, is this stuff going to be on the test? I don't want you studying stuff that's not going to be tested, but I do want to test you over stuff we've covered and studied in class and let you know what that is, and as explicitly as possible. So please, call or text anytime. I may not get back to you right away, but this is the best way to get a hold of me. If you email me, I try and check my email every day. Sometimes it's every other day. I get phone calls all the time from my president telling me, Mark, check your damn email. But in general, calling or texting, especially texting, is the best way to get a hold of me. So when you go to our website, you will see a series of modules, and then I'll construct a separate module for the laboratory, but that module, I'm not sure how to get out of this, that module is, for some of you, a separate course in BlackBoard. And I'll just copy stuff there, but I'll still keep your grades in our regular grade book here. The assignments are going to count 100 points. The tests are going to count 200 points. Everything's asynchronous. Everything's online. You submit online. Everything's open book. The biggest problem people have who don't pass or don't make a good grade is really doing all their work and getting their work in and completed. So, I don't know what else to tell you right now except the old admonition that, especially in chemistry, where we're going to have new assignments coming frequently and regularly, is it's easier to keep up than to catch up. And people who get behind need to talk to me. And if you do get behind, it's going to trigger what we call a retention alert. You're going to get calls from me, you're going to get calls from my dean, you're going to get calls from your academic advisors, and if you're a student athlete, you're going to get calls from your coaches, or if not your coaches, at least your academic coaches and academic advisors. I will be posting more information about the lab and some labs very soon. I have the first assignment and the first modules assignments done. I want to encourage you to get the first assignment done. Actually, right now, because I'm late doing this report, I noticed that all but a few have actually done the first assignment. And I have a census date coming up that is going to, excuse me, I put my phone on silent, but I did not turn off my computer, and my computer talks to my phone. So that was going through my computer. And my watch. You have to silence everything these days. So, the grades will be the average of the accumulated assignments, and if you have any further questions, don't hesitate to call, text, or ask. And welcome to chemistry. You'll see more information on the website. Oh, and I want to talk about the book. PowerPoints for the different modules. I will post video lectures, video screencasts for assignments, especially when we get into the more complicated quantitative ones. I'll post video help sessions showing you how to work the problems. I have a post for why you got a lot of questions wrong. A lot of you got a question wrong on the first assignment. So you'll see lots of information there. I do want to talk about the book briefly. If you scroll down and you get further down into this course shell in Blackboard, you'll see some information about the book. We're using OERs, Open Education Resources. Chemistry is amazing for the, of all the fields you could take, math, biology, history, government, anything, psychology, we have the best, because we were the first to do it, open educational resources at a website called CHEM Libre, where you can find chemistry textbooks, a variety of chemistry textbooks for just about every chemistry course there is. And I'm using the CHEM Libre textbook that mirrors a classic text called Brown and LeMay. It's actually Brown and LeMay et al. With 4 more authors because it's been updated. That is ostensibly our text, but we're using the CHEM Libre text written by top people in the field and used by most universities and colleges and more every day. So go see that. Don't worry about your book. You don't have to buy anything. It's there. It will always be there for you. In addition, any chemistry courses you take in the future, it'll be there for you. You should never have to buy a chemistry book as long as you live for your entire college career. So, I've covered syllabus, grading, book, how to contact me, and some of the mechanics of Blackboard. I hope if you're taking an online course, of course, you have access to all the resources you need. I understand what it's like working with the vagaries of internet providers here in the Arkansas Delta. If you have any problems, don't panic. We'll work it out. Just call me or contact me and we'll see you get the help that you need. So enjoy the course and call me if you need me and stay safe. Goodbye now.